Good afternoon and happy Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. I'm so sorry. You'll have to excuse me. I'm exhausted. I already took a shower. I am up like really late tonight. Way later than I have been in like months, and I have to babysit on Friday. So, yeah, this is not gonna go over so well right now, but I stayed up too late because I got totally distracted. Today when me and Jack are actually babysitting, because I told you guys, Jack actually goes back to school on Tuesday, I believe, of next week. I think he'll still be here on Monday, but on like Tuesday starting next week, I'll be babysitting like by myself. So I was like, let's try and find like some stuff either in the attic, or like, he really loves video games and stuff like that too, so we were like, let's try and find like some, you know, fun video games that don't necessarily involve two players all the time, that wouldn't really involve me having to like play or anything like that. And although I will, like, I played Minecraft with him the other day, and stuff like that, but like Jack's like has played, honestly, the majority of the games. Every game that we have, he's probably at least played once. There's plenty of games that we have that I have never picked up or played or anything like that. So like Jack is very like intuitive when it comes to something, especially for like a younger kid who's like playing a game, which honestly, guys, the kid is like smarter than me at most of these things. But like, you know, playing those kind of things, like if he gets stuck on something or can't keep going, or, you know, doesn't know what to do next or whatever, I can't be like, oh, just go do that thing or whatever, or oh, go do this. I'd be like, wait, let me take 20 minutes to try and figure out what you're even like doing right now. And so that's why like Jack can normally just be like, oh, like, you know, try going through that or try doing that or something like that. And so Jack is very helpful in that sense. But yeah, so we were trying to find some other like games and stuff like that too. Like, we haven't even tried the Wii U yet, which like we're mainly Minecraft and stuff like that, because that's like his all-time favorite. So we were like, let's try and like that, or like maybe some of like the Lego games and stuff like that, because he has those and loves playing them. And like normally for like a few hours after like breakfast, but before lunch, like we'll normally wind up doing video games or whatever. And so we were looking for that and other like board games and stuff like that up in the attic. And Jack had, which I think I remember talking about in a like super old vlog, like I think maybe the first or second Christmas or something like that I vlogged, Jack got the Disney Infinity game, I think it is, which is like the one with all those little people. They're kind of like the Skylanders thing, or like, I think it's like Lego Dimensions or whatever it is, but they're like, you put the little people on the little like pad thingy and you can play them. Like, it's kind of like the amiibos they had for the Wii. And what else did they have? I don't even really know. But yeah, like that whole thing, like you play with the little figurine things and you put them on the pad and then they transfer into the actual game and stuff like that. So like I said, long story short, we were thinking about that, because I was like, oh, that'd probably be like a really fun game to like do, and that I bet he would really enjoy. But it's one of those that like I've never even watched Jack play it, so I don't even have the like slightest idea how to even like help if he needed help with something. So anyways, though, we were going through the attic at one point trying to like find stuff, and we found this, I don't know who got it, this like, we have a whack-a-mole game. Like, I don't know, it's still in the box, so I don't know who got it for like their birthday or Christmas one year or something like that, if it was like Matthew or Jack, but it was like never played. I was like, wow, this would be like the perfect thing to play. So we were up there in the attic, like I said, like going through boxes and stuff like that, or trying to find in like some other like games and things like that. I actually did find a few other ones too that I was like, oh, these would be really good ones, because today was actually, while we were reading books after that, I found a highlights magazine in the attic, and there was like some other fun things, you know, in there. Like, I thought he really liked, there was like a science section and stuff like that, and then there were other like question things in there, like, you know, some of them were like, you know, what do trees do for us and stuff like that, and they were like, I feel like really good questions for like his age kind of. And then I was also having like Jack, like, you know, answer them too. Well, we actually have like a set of like questions that like are just like open-ended, like you know, that they can just give their more of an opinion on and stuff like that. Like one of the questions was like you know, how do you know when you're an adult? Like, and it could be more of like, you know, a more mature answer, or it could be something like when they have a job, you know, or something like that, that's like a simpler like kid answer. So it kind of fits like kind of most ages and stuff like that. And that's what actually got me thinking like, oh, he enjoyed doing this highlights magazine question thing, I bet he'd like doing this thing. So I got that down too, like I said, because over the next few weeks it'll just be me babysitting by myself. But so that's why I was like trying to like kind of figure out like and see like what would he really, you know, like doing that doesn't again involve a whole lot of like, without me having to, you know, like do like play the games with him. Because even like with board games and stuff like that, then it's like 2 people have to play, you know, and stuff like that. And sometimes I'd be like, Jack, you know, like can you play like with him or whatever while I like, you know, take out the dogs or something like that. And so like for the most part I kind of have to keep entertaining him unless he's like doing something by himself. But even like I've kind of noticed with like even when we were doing Legos, like he still like wants somebody to like, you know, do it with him, otherwise he loses interest kind of quickly. And I have to say Jack was kind of the same way. Like if somebody wasn't playing with him, he was not a very like independent player. Like I was like the first child, and there's a 5 years age difference between me and Matthew. So like I learned how to play like by myself, and was like, you know, I didn't, you know, I played Barbies in my room all the time by myself. Like I never ended up playing with like, you know, my parents, like my mom and dad never liked to play like they play like pretend and stuff like that, but they never liked playing like dolls or, you know, like toys really at all, like that much, you know, that kind of thing. And like I said, with a 5-year difference between me and Matthew, it was like, you know, there wasn't a whole lot that I could even do when at the point he could finally start playing with toys. I was kind of outgrowing the stuff that he was playing with. So I think I was a very like independent. Matthew too was kind of in between. Like he sometimes like play with stuff by himself, but then other times he like would lose interest really quickly if he was by himself playing, whereas like Jack would normally lose interest pretty quickly. And I think it almost kind of depends on like where you fall in that age, you know, or not age, but like where you fall in like birth order sometimes, and how independent, you know, play kids are. And he is, honestly, for the most part, like he'll kind of just do his own thing or whatever. But I've noticed that again, it's kind of that like to keep interest and stuff like that, it's normally good if like you're kind of like encouraging that imagination and stuff like that. And so that's why we were, like I said, looking for this stuff in the attic. Well, anyways, while we were up there, we found this really old card game that we used to play together, that was like this, like, I don't even know, superheroes like card game. It was like literally like Pokemon, but it was like in like a superhero form kind of thing. And it was actually through like Scholastic, and Matthew, or my dad, signed up for like the monthly, like you got the cards in the mail like once a month or whatever. And so yeah, Matthew had like a good chunk of them, and we found them up in the attic while we were trying to find like this stuff. So we ended up playing that, believe it or not, for like a half hour, until we realized, oh my gosh, this game, we must have made up the rules, because the rules did not make any sense at all. Like, I don't even remember what they were when we were little, but there was no way on earth that we figured out how to actually legitimately play the game. Like, it had to have been all made up. So after that, for a while, we ended up like playing just other like card games and stuff like that, and stayed up way too late because I completely lost track of time. And I was like, I asked somebody, I was like, what time is it anyway? Because I noticed I was like sitting there falling asleep almost on the couch, and Matthew or Jack said it's like 11:45, and I was like, I need to go get in the shower. So I real quick took a shower, then came in here. I didn't get really a whole ton else done for today, honestly. I did get to some dishes. I made dinner for tonight. I did upload today as well. I didn't edit any vlogs that I'm behind with, and I'm actually pretty much, I think, caught up with laundry, so I don't really need to get to that either, or didn't need to do that today. But the day was also a little thrown off too, because I learned like it was gonna be like when I'm babysitting by myself without Jack is being kind of my like I said, he's kind of like my wingman for like babysitting, that he's a good buffer and stuff like that. But today, him, Matthew, and my mom all actually had a doctor's appointment, so they were all gone, and I was, like I said, home by myself babysitting. And so it was actually right in the time when we were like having lunch, so we were watching some Netflix, which was like perfect timing. And then, like I said, after that, Jack came home, and that's when we were like reading and all that kind of stuff, so it worked out really well for today for that. But I, like I said, stayed up way too late tonight, so I need to get to bed. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today, so make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.